Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I do appreciate it. Be sure and follow and like on TikTok and YouTube for me so that I can grow my collective. It's a huge goal for me this year, and all the likes, comments, shares, that really pushes my channels out there too. So thank you. And whatever message comes out today is what you need to hear. I'm going to pull a Celtic cross spread. Just get a general reading for you guys for the energies. I will pull a couple of these tarot cards as well, or sorry, oracle cards, and we'll get like an overall feel of what's going on, and then we'll pull from the tarot. So yin energy, so tapping into that divine feminine energy. And then we have chop wood. Interesting. That's an interesting combination. So yin is number 2. That might be significant. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Interesting. I feel like the spirit just telling you to kind of sit back in your feminine energy, let things come to you. Sometimes it's easier to, or it's better, not easier, it's better to receive than to try to force things to happen. I know as a fire sign, I do that a lot. I try to I'm very go-getter, trying to get things done, and sometimes it's better just to let things come to me. So then we have chop wood, which is number 42, being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be and let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Yeah. So just focus on those day-to-day tasks, those little things, and sit back in this Empress energy, this yin energy, and let things come to you. I know sometimes that can be so hard when you are just focused on those little things. It seems so boring and nothing's coming in, but that's all part of the process. You've put in these little steps and you're working towards that goal, and the universe sees you doing that, and they're like, oh, okay, this is what they want. So you can tell the universe what you want, but then you need to take those small actions towards it. And the more you take those small little steps, the more you can build towards those bigger manifestations. But you also have to be open to receive it. Kind of contradicts itself a little bit, but I think that's the misinterpretation with the yin energy or the Empress energy, is that she just sits around and waits for things to happen. Your energy is that way. You're open to receive and you're not forcing anything or obsessing about anything, but you are in fact, doing things, taking those small steps. So let's see what the tarot has for you. The Magician, 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, 6 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Underneath we have the Lovers. So this could be about a choice that you have to make. This could be about partnerships. Could be a love relationship. I say that this is a choice because we also have the 2 of Swords further down in your reading here. So I feel like this is more of a decision that needs to be made. And maybe that's like which direction you want to go, and taking those small steps, that chop wood, taking those small steps in the direction of where it is you want to go. But you have to first make the decision to do so. It's also about balance. Twos are all about balance. So at the heart of this, the energy is the Magician. So this is the actual reason for the reading, is this Magician energy. So this is about like action and manifestations. It's also about manifesting your desires, but you have everything that you need. So the Magician has all of the tools. He's got the cups, the wands, the swords, the pentacles. So this is also about like willpower. This could just be you, having the willpower and staying focused on your manifestations, especially sitting back in that yin energy and doing those little tasks, and you wanting to take action, but you have to have the willpower to sit in that receptivity type of energy. So the blockage here is the Three of Wands, which is about progress and growth. So I feel like there's a blockage here. Your growth is kind of blocking, progress is kind of blocking this action from taking place. This like creativity. So this also could be about like travel. So, but I feel like your progress is kind of hindering your willpower here. Maybe you need to focus more on growth in your yin energy, if that makes sense. Like, this is a lesson in itself, learning to sit in receptivity, and you've manifested these desires, and you have asked spirit for this manifestation. Now it is time for you to receive that manifestation. And I feel like your blockage here is that you want progress and you want growth, and you're not seeing any yet. So because at the root of this, we have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is about grief, loss, kind of, feeling left out here. So he's focused on these Three of Cups that are lost here, but he's not focused on this Two of Cups. If he would just turn around, he's got these Two of Cups here behind him. So I think maybe you're focused on what's not coming in, and you're not seeing that, if you sit in your receptivity and you sit in that yin energy, you're going to call in so much more, because then this leads to this bridge in this house back here. So try not to focus on what is lost or what hasn't come to fruition yet. Just focus on what you can control and the steps you can take right now to get you to your manifestation. In the recent past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could just be getting grounded. I feel like maybe you got more grounded, more, this could have been like stability. Maybe some more stability came in here. Maybe you were more focused on your stability. And it's also about nurturing yourself and focusing on like your wealth, being grounded, your stability. I feel like maybe that's just you embodying that energy, that nurturing. It's also about like being practical and just caring for yourself. I feel like you just need to like care for yourself right now. So your higher self, we have the Judgment card. So this is like an aha moment, an awakening, could be like a rebirth. I feel like maybe this is more of just like a realization, an aha moment, to like maybe an awakening to a new beginning that you want in your stability. And that could be what you're manifesting. You could be calling in more stability, and you've kind of had like this awakening moment, or just like this whole rebirth. Like you're trying to call this in and trying to manifest this transformation for yourself and your finances. In the near future, we have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is a victory card. This is success. This is like being seen. It's also about like confidence and recognition. So if this is about your work, you doing those little tasks and waiting for maybe a raise, or waiting for, some type of abundance to come in here, then you're definitely going to have a victory here. And I feel like you're going to be seen. So your advice from Spirit is to let go of what no longer serves you. I feel like you're holding on too tight to whatever this manifestation is, and you kind of need to release control. So when you hold on to something so tight and you're focused on it day in and day out, it's kind of gonna, it's like when you focus on your energy on it so much and you want it and you want it and you want it, it kind of pushes it away. I've had that happen so many times in my life. And then when I just kind of like sit back and let the universe do its thing, it's amazing what they'll bring in for you. You know, sit in that yin energy. I just feel that so much. Just release control and let go of what no longer serves you. And that could be, you know, a mindset. That could be, you know, you're trying to call in this promotion, this raise, this partnership, whatever this is. You're trying to call this in, and you're so focused on it that you're not focusing on like the small details. You know, if you want this job, then you have to show up every day on time. You have to do these small tasks, because if you start messing up, you're not going to get the promotion. You know, they're not going to see your effort and your hard work put in here. So, you know, that's just an example. But, you know, you need to show up and put the work in and do those small steps and focus on what you can control, and then let the universe bring in the rest. So your environment and your energy right now, we have this lack mindset, this 5 of Pentacles. You know, you're feeling very left out here, and that can be in work, and this can be like you feel like the universe has left you out here. So try not to sit in this energy. Again, let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of this mindset, this lack mindset. It doesn't mean that the universe has forgotten about you just because you haven't gotten your manifestations yet. It just means that they're working on it. You know, they're always moving things around in the background. For example, like if you wanted a job raise or you wanted a promotion, then, you know, maybe you're wanting somebody else's job and they have to move up. So that has to happen first before you can move into that position. Or, you know, there has to be a restructuring of funds before they can give you your raise. There's certain things that need to take place before your manifestation can come into you. So try not to sit in this lack mindset for yourself. So your hopes and fears, we have the 2 of Swords. I feel like this is you needing to see that, you know, take off this blindfold and make a decision here. Again, with this decision, we have 2 cards. So maybe this is you needing to make a decision to realize that, you know, this is the universe is working in your favor. This is you like making a decision to trust the universe. And as you know, as far as fears, maybe you're just fearing the worst here. I feel like you're just kind of fearing like this is not going to come in, again with that lack mindset. And this could be about like, you know, not being balanced and maybe not wanting to see, you know, what the universe is doing here. Maybe you're just kind of blinding. You're just kind of really closed off in this one, and like in this one as well. You need to be open to receive this. Sit in that yin energy and be open to receive. Both of these cards are very, you know, they're very closed off. Like she's covering her heart and he's completely closed off here. I feel like you just kind of need to release control and open to the universe and let them bring these things in. So the overall outcome is the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is, it can be about like conflict. It can be about choosing your battles wisely. I feel like in the end, maybe this is about you not fighting spirit and choosing your battles, choosing not to, you know, sit in that energy, sitting in that energy of like feeling defeated. I feel like you just feel very defeated right now in whatever the situation is. But you need to see it from a different perspective. I feel like, you know, take off this blindfold and see things from a different perspective here. Again, see that just because something isn't turning out the way you want it to doesn't mean that better things aren't coming in here behind you. I feel like that you just need to change your perspective here and be open to receive, so that when the universe does bring this in, you can receive it. So what do they not see coming here, Spirit? What does Gemini not see coming? You have the Sun card. Joy, happiness, abundance. King of Wands. So you could have a King of Wands coming in here. Partnership. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Seeing things from a different perspective. Like I said, But no, you've got joy, you've got happiness, growth, abundance. And this could be, so you could be embodying the King of Wands energy. This could be that you have happiness with a King of Wands. Like I said, Aries, Leo, Sag, fire sign. If you're not trying to call in a relationship, then this could just, again, be you embodying this entrepreneur energy. Maybe this was you wanting to start your own business and, it just hasn't taken off quite yet. You have to do all those little details, to get it started, and you just haven't seen it come to fruition yet. So I feel like very soon you're going to see that growth, that abundance. And, this is like very optimistic energy. He is a leader. He's a visionary, seeing things from a bigger picture and seeing things from another perspective. I feel like there's some enlightenment coming in here, and you're going to start seeing things from a bigger picture. And there's lots of happiness, growth, abundance coming in here for you. So just stay patient. It will happen. Things don't always happen on our timeline, unfortunately. And that's hard to do sometimes. And as a fire sign, it's very hard for me to sit in that yin energy. So I totally understand that. But what are the actions and advice for Gemini spirits? Rest, meditate, go get a massage, take care of yourself. Yeah, rest, relax, meditate. Use your logic here. Use your head over heart. Stay focused. And again, Empress, yin energy. I have been talking about her that whole time. That is exactly what this card is in the tarot. It's just that Empress. Be open to receive. Sit in that receptivity. This is not going to come in by you forcing it. Use your logic. Speak your truth. Be clear about what it is that you want from spirit. Let them know what it is that you want and let them bring it into you. But in the meantime, just kind of rest, relax, take care of yourself here. Like I said, kind of meditate, go get a massage. But yeah, sit in that Empress energy. And I get it. Like, it's so hard to do. I'm in the same boat as you are. I'm a Sagittarius sun, so I'm your opposite. But I'm going through the same thing right now. Spirit's working things out for us. We just have to be patient. So I hope that this resonated, Gemini, and could bring you some clarity. I will see you guys next time. Bye.